Hey everyone. Okay, so by now, for those of you who may have seen the program or the slide right here, you would have noticed the title of my TED Talk, Thinking Right No Matter What. And I assume you've wondered, so what is it really to think right? What does thinking right even mean? And is there a way of thinking that is inherently bad? As a high school student, I grappled with the very same questions, unaware of the profound impact my thoughts could have on my life until I discovered that with the right mindset, I can achieve more than I ever imagined. It's a simple yet profound realization that propelled me beyond my wildest dreams. My name is Kolina Kakan. I'm a grade 10 student here at the Ridge. And today, I'm here to share how embracing the power of positive thinking can unlock a world of boundless opportunities for growth and for success. Now, have you ever been in a situation where your thoughts and your reactions were influenced by external factors? Perhaps someone's behavior disturbed you, and you felt justified in thinking, I wanted to think right, but the situation was like that. Today, I invite you to challenge this notion, to recognize that no matter the situation, we have a responsibility to think right. As we begin, I want you all to take a second and close your eyes. I want you all to take a second and imagine a beautiful garden, basking under the brilliance of a clear sky, brimming with vibrant flowers. This garden represents our minds, where the thoughts are the seeds that sculpt our reality. In fact, it portrays our everyday lives. Each day, we navigate through this garden, tending to the positive thoughts that bloom like flowers, and pulling out the weeds, the negative thoughts that threaten to overtake them. Keep imagining, as you're walking through this garden, you notice how the weather mirrors the situations that we encounter in life. Just as the sun brings warmth and light, uplifting our spirits, so do positive experiences that brighten our days. But when storms rage and clouds darken the sky, it can be so easy to feel overwhelmed by negativity. Yet, amidst the changing weather and the ever-present weeds, the flowers continue to bloom. They remind us that no matter the situations we encounter in life, there is always beauty and hope to be found. Our life revolves around this garden, where the choices we make and the thoughts we nurture shape the landscape of our reality. It's a constant cycle of growth, where both positivity and negativity vie for our attention. But ultimately, it's in our own hands that hold the power to cultivate a flourishing garden of the mind. For those of you that still have your eyes closed, you can open them now. So I've had countless people, both in the past and even now, they approach me with a similar question. It goes something along the lines of, Kolina, you're just a teenager. How can you have the notion to change your mindset, your thoughts at such a young age? And honestly, I've been taken aback by it myself. Because it's not just teenagers struggling and grappling with the challenge of thinking right. After all, You know, we're supposed to be hanging out with our friends, drinking bubble tea, and playing video games, right? But even corporate executives struggle to find happiness and fulfillment. We've all heard the stories. Some of the wealthiest individuals often find themselves among the unhappiest. So, where did I, at age 15, find the drive to change my mindset, to mold my thoughts into something more positive and more empowering? Let me share a remarkable anecdote about my mom's friend. She was diagnosed with cancer, and while many of her friends and those around her offered sympathy and even pitied her, she took on a different approach. With unwavering determination, a very strong mindset, and of course the correct medical care and attention, she beat her cancer and tackled her illness head on. She proved that the true power to overcome lies within our thoughts and our attitudes. Her story constantly serves as a shining example of our mindset in the face of adversity. Reflecting on my own journey, in my younger years, I grappled with some significant challenges at that time that stressed and tested my inner resilience and strength. One of these challenges was overcoming my fear of public speaking, as well as the distressing experience of being bullied. I vividly remember feeling paralyzed by confronting rude and condescending comments, as well as the emotional toll that the bullying took on me. At this point in my life, as an innocent 7, 8-year-old girl, my mental garden was dry, it was withered, and it was weakened. Reflecting on those moments, I realized I had a choice. I could either dwell on the negativity and allow it to consume me, or I could strive to overcome that adversity. I chose the latter, opting to nurture the seed of positivity within me each and every day. Overcoming my initial shyness and fear of speaking out marked a pivotal turning point in my life. It led me to cultivate my public speaking skills, allowing me to passionately advocate against bullying. Through my involvement in various initiatives within my school, my community, and my school board, I've witnessed a profound transformation in not only myself, but also those around me. By actively participating in the Student Senate, I've spearheaded numerous bullying awareness campaigns, tackling instances of bullying head-on, and fostering a more inclusive and supportive environment. Through my advocacy and my involvement, I've seen lives touched, perspectives shifted, and a sense of empowerment ignited within myself and my community. This journey has fundamentally reshaped my outlook, instilling in me a deep sense of character to be a voice for those who may still be finding theirs. And not only that, I also did something that I would have never, ever imagined myself to do. Delve into the world of debate, of which I proudly serve as an active member within the debate community, as well as an executive on my school's debate team. I can now proudly say that my garden is in full bloom. However, I've recently become a person that ceases to believe anything without scientific research or without proof to back up the facts. Especially living in an ever-changing world with technology, it can be so hard to differentiate between what's real and what isn't. Which is why I want to share with you a study that beautifully illustrates the transformative power of our thoughts. It's a research about water, something seemingly ordinary and simple, yet profoundly impacted by the thoughts that we project on it. The Japanese businessman, pseudoscientist, and author Dr. Masaru Emoto's groundbreaking research and study explored the effect of words and intentions on water. He found that words that were exposed to positive thoughts, positive words, and positive intentions formed beautiful, symmetrical, crystalline structures when frozen, while water that was exposed to negative thoughts, negative words, and negative intentions formed disorganized, asymmetrical, and almost ugly crystalline structures when frozen. This discovery highlights the transformative power of our thoughts, much like the seeds that we plant in our mental garden. But here is the good news. We have the power to choose our thoughts, no matter what life throws our way. We can choose to think right, to focus on the good, and to find hope amidst despair. When faced with critical situations, it's crucial to shift our mindset from dwelling on blame and regret. Blame and regret, of course, can be natural reactions, but they rarely lead to productive outcomes. Remember to detach yourself from a situation and remove the magnifying glass, because a weed is never really as big as it seems to be, because of the magnifying glass. Rather than getting bogged down by what went wrong or who may be at fault, we can ask ourselves empowering questions instead, such as, what steps can we take to resolve this issue? What resources do we have available to us? Who might we collaborate with to find a solution to this problem? As the famous philosopher Epictetus once said, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it that truly, truly matters. Building mental resilience is not about denying the existence of storms, but rather learning to dance in the rain. Just as a tree bends but does not break in the face of a strong wind, so too we can bend without breaking, finding strength in our ability to adapt and grow. So, how do we embrace the equation of thinking right no matter what? It starts with a simple shift in perspective, a willingness to see challenges as opportunities for growth, and setbacks as stepping stones towards success. It's about embracing the belief that no matter what life throws our way, because ultimately it will, we have the power to overcome it with grace and with resilience. As we conclude today, let's embrace the arrival of spring to not only tend to our physical gardens, outside in our backyards, in our front lawns, but also tend to our mental gardens too. Remember that a wilted flower signals a problem within its environment, so we must also be aware and mindful of our mental environments too. Today, I want to leave you all with two simple truths, the key takeaways from my talk. Number one, and this is something that I've learned from my experience and what I've gone through so far, and that is what we think, we become. And number two, and this is something that my mother has taught me ever since I can remember, and that is success is your birthright. As you leave today, remember this equation. Thinking right no matter what. And as we conclude, I want you all to close your eyes one last time. I want you all to envision the same serene garden, basking under the brilliance of a clear sky, brimming with vibrant flowers. But this time, as you imagine it, I want you all to plant a new seed, one that will blossom into a beautiful flower of positivity and symbolize the daily nurturing of your mental well-being and your mindset each and every day. Starting today, starting now. Thank you so much for your time, and may you leave today with the empowering belief that indeed you have the capacity to think right, no matter what. Thank you.